Hello, hello, hello. Priscilla here at the 1870. Morton's going to be reading comments. And we're going to be doing something super fun tonight with Watercolor Wednesday. I'm going to be using, let me show you the paints that we're going to be using. I'm going to be using my Angora opaque watercolors. The link is in the Amazon bio on the 1870studio.com. Hey, April sister, how are you? I'm gonna be using them, and I'm gonna be using our pearlescent colors. And if you watch the video that I made about this video, I told you to grab a book. I was looking at this book, and Morton is here. Hello, Morton. Hello, Fostered. I kind of want to invite you to go live together, but that doesn't work for us. So Martin's just gonna comment. He's gonna read the comments, but I invited you to grab a book. I want to teach you a trick, how to do something really cool. Because you can't really trace with watercolor paper, but I want to teach you something really cool. Hopefully you'll like it. So without any further ado, it is 5 p.m. We're going to start this week's Watercolor Wednesday. Let me get you turned around here. And if you haven't followed yet, make sure you follow. Hopefully Martin will keep telling everybody about all that good stuff. So let me get my light down here out of our faces. So I have this book. I have been leafing through here, and I found a whole bunch of pictures that this would work with, like a whole bunch of pictures. If you're not sure where to start on a canvas, or on a piece of watercolor paper, I should say, if you're not sure about your scale, proportion, distance, lighting, shadow, use a picture like this. Oh, that's a good one. But this book kept opening up too, and as much as I saw lots of pictures here that I liked, it kept opening up to this page. I think this man wants to be the star. So I'm gonna improvise here and show you how I do this. It's a nice little trick. I learned this, oh my goodness, I learned this back in grade school. And there are apps that will help you do this sort of thing too. But I'm just taking, this is just a little bendy wire stick. Just taking that. I'm gonna grab a paintbrush. Just grab a paintbrush, and I'm just putting some water on here.
You might want to explain.
We are Watercolor Wednesday, and I'm going to teach you a little trick right now. So we have this painting here. I'm going to set you over here so you can see this whole thing. And I'm not reading and seeing your comments, but Morton is.
Everybody's saying hello.
Hello. Okay, so honey, this is very important, Morton.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. You need to tell me if I'm in shot or out of shot. So I'm gonna pick a brush, pick any brush, and I'm just gonna wrap this brush. You can wrap it with any kind of a little.
Duct tape. It's over there.
No, I don't want duct tape.
No duct tape. I mean masking tape.
Just this sort of little thing. Darn it! I just put some on my thingy. So I'm gonna drop it in here from the top. So it's like this. So now this is the easiest little trick, and you probably already know this. Probably already did this in school. I'm just gonna take this, put this in here, set this here, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get my guy lined up here, and I'm gonna trace around. I could put this down. I could put that stick down. That'll work really good there. And then just this. I'm gonna trace this. My hand's blocking. Dang it. Can you see this? My hand's gonna block. I'm gonna try to do it. I might not get as good a results. You're supposed to take with your hand and move this around. but we're going to do it this way. I'll start over here. I'll get this where I want this to be on here. And then I'm just going to follow this line. Don't worry, we're not set in stone. Okay, I'm going to come back up to this line again for my starting point. Come down in. And then down. I'm going to do it again. And over here, I had been here, then I had been in here. Been here for the bill. So here, from here to here, I need to just follow that line down. And we can go back in and put in details. We're just looking for our shapes. Just to get our proportions where we want them. So here we have this corner of the beak. Need to bring it out, back in, back down, and then let's find his neck. Let's come in right here. Oh, I just bumped my own arm. I know you're thinking it looks crazy, and normally I would take and have my hand here and here. Look, you see you have your hand. So your hand's tracing this line. Your pencil or your brush or whatever is tracing that line. And it's a wonderful way to get a good jumping point for your painting. So, and then you can set the picture out of range a little bit so you can use that. This is our model. This is our model here. So I got it a little bit wonky. Definitely right up here.
Down by the sea says that's so wild, never seen that before.
Yeah, I used to do that in grade school. So I'm just gonna take.
That's cool, said Zoe.
And I'm gonna straighten some things up now.
Zoe says they've never seen that either.
Oh, good. Gosh. Good. So I'm gonna, this is our work in progress one. But we're gonna make a nice little ostrich.
Deidre's never seen it before either.
Great. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that.
Almarin says they're gonna try it definitely later.
Yeah, it'll work better if you're not worried about your hand being bumped or being in the way. So I got his beak is kind of wonky because I lifted it off the page. But look here, now we can come out here and just paint that beak out here. And my best tip that I can give you with painting is paint what you're looking at. Paint what you're seeing.
You missed a little hack Priscilla was using.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up.
It was like a clone in the picture type thing.
I'll go through it again at the end.
That's what you missed.
And hopefully this one will be able to be on our YouTube. If I keep this at just an hour, it will let me YouTube it.
Yeah, I've seen similar in the expensive tools,
Oh yeah, they sell little tools to do this, honey.
Yeah.
So here I'm just gonna get our little neck shadow coming in for this little man, and I'm just painting him in a grayish black right here, and I'm on a really narrow little brush. He looks grumpy, honey. So I'm going to take here now and go in where the little beak is. Usually I paint from out of my mind. So this is a really fun way. I know a lot of people, when I'm painting something, maybe you can't see what it is that I'm going for. So this is a fun way to really to help get your proportions right. Or closer. And you can see like how I came up here and just did some stuff up here with his head. Let me take this around because we got we're seeing a little bit of line right there beside his eye. So go back in then and get your tweaks in. Letting a little white on that eye.
That's that floral, the heavy duty floral wire you used, isn't it?
Yeah, it was heavy duty floral wire. That works great. Coat hanger, a stick.
Or that Romex that I used the other day when you were
Yeah,
doing
a
your
stick,
used
anything. Believe it or not, this is wonderful to use your glasses. Look, you can put
Yeah, you might break
you
your
can
legs,
put your
though.
brush. These are Dollar Tree glasses.
Yeah, Dollar Tree
Look,
glasses.
you can put just tape your
Or
glass.
you could ZZ Top it.
Yeah.
Get yourself some cheap sunglasses.
Yeah, the thing you want to do is take something where you're gonna keep the same level. See that? So if I had that here, my paintbrush, I could just follow this right around. You just need a space, a distance. You could do it with two paintbrushes. Just don't put any paintbrush on the picture that you're using.
Kitty's hoping that it gets really cute big eyelashes.
Yeah, it's gonna, thank you for saying that. I'm not going to go, even though we did our little modification thing here with this, to do this, follow this, I'm gonna make it look a little bit different. It looks way too grumpy for me. Way too grumpy
No,
for
he
me.
doesn't.
He looks grumpy.
He's just loose relaxed.
Is that his relaxed look, honey?
What?
Is his relaxed look?
Yeah. Relaxed
Okay.
emu face.
I think he's an ostrich, isn't he?
Ostrich, schmostrich, emu.
Appearing proud. Yeah, he's an ostrich.
They look the same to me.
You say ostrich, I say emu. So see down here, we have this little shadow down here. Come in here with a little darker. And we're gonna go in there where the eyebrow, or the eyebrow and eyelash, they're kind of sort of the same here. So I'm gonna just start back here and pull this out. Do that over there, pull that one.
Foster says that's what he says about Morton.
Yes.
What's that? Just relaxed.
Just relaxed, Morton. I'm just putting this color down here.
Oh, you just got sent some kind of heart thing.
Thank you.
I missed who it was from because it flashed by that fast.
Thank you so much. And I hope everybody's having a lovely Wednesday. It feels so good to be here painting with you. So good. We're not going to put a lot of color on this beak right now. I'm just trying to find my bottom line here. And that big old orangey stuff, let's get that on now. Let's go into the orange. I'm gonna get a thicker brush too. This is a round number 5. Round number 5. I'm gonna take my water. You can't see my paints up here, can you? I'm spraying right up here. Spray, spray, spray. And I'm gonna...
MDG's saying, how did you do that? I caught the tail end when you put down
Yeah.
whatever you used.
So I took my paintbrush, put it here, made this little wire, and I just traced this with my hand, and my paintbrush just went along there. It's how you get your little...
Yeah. Better late than never, Angelia. And she sprays the
Yeah.
paint because it's watercolor paint.
Yeah, spraying that
Boston.
paint.
Could you explain that for us all?
Yep, I have to hydrate the paints. So that's why that's why I'm spraying them. And this nose does come all the way out here. We gotta put more orange on here because it's darker at the tip here. We're gonna have to build this up. Build that up. And just paint what...
MDG loves your lives, Priscilla.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. This, I got carried away with the black color there. So I'm gonna have to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, if you spray the paints first, the paint's already wet, and you don't like damage the part. What are they called? The blocks or whatever they are.
Yeah, it's just by spraying these, because these dry out. The water. These are pans, so if I spray them all, it hydrates them.
There's less chance of you damaging your brushes and stuff when the paint's already
Well,
wet.
I do it so I don't mix my colors up. Because if I'm dunking in and out of here that are dirty and going in here...
But when you start scrabbling about in dry paint with a wet brush, you can damage the bristles.
That's true. I'm going to come in here and get some of this red on. Reddy orange. I'm going to come over here. Oh, it's too red. Well, maybe not. I'm going to put a little bit of that around. And we're not fussing about, is this perfect? No, it's not perfect. I was doing everything backwards and trying to not have my hand in the way. So we want to pull that nose out, bring that nose down a little bit, lip back around. I'm going to mix some of that in because it is helping the... Looks like Jimmy Durante a little bit. I want to darken this down here too. And then we're going to put these little tiny feathers on them.
MDG likes it already.
I'm liking it too. I'm going to let the beak dry.
So much and it's adorable.
Let's go in and work on getting some browns in there. The eyes are brown, and they're brown around the edge.
Starline loves
eyes
it.
Are brown around the edge. He has big, big, big dark pupils. Big dark pupils. That one you can't see as much.
Adorable, says this
I'll
and
put
that.
some of that brown in. And I'm going to look. He doesn't have a whole lot of the brown on him. But we're going to put some of that little brown right over here. Right there. And you can, there is no law that says what color this ostrich has to be. This ostrich can be any color. Yeah. Could be pink, honey.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Creamy's mama's in.
Hello, hello. I'm ostrich painting.
Everyone's doing good, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm going to just put in some little dabs here because I see this and come right up around to his little mouth.
Oh, another Lisa's in. Lisa from Kentucky is saying hi.
Hello. We're just painting what we see right now. Painting what we see. We're seeing these shadows. You see how we did it with the dark.
Lisa Resdes says beautiful.
Hey, Lisa.
She's terrified of ostriches or emus because she was chased by a baby one as a kid.
Oh, that's not good.
What about James the geese?
Oh yeah, our 6'3" son is scared of them.
That one that was terrorising them for the bread at Duddingston Lock.
Yeah. Oh, that's not nice. Okay, this. You gotta remember, like, I really want to spray this down the one side. I'm gonna. But you gotta get things out of your way. When you're going to spray paint, get things out of your way. So I want to keep this covered. And spray it down the side. And you can do two things here. We can use watercolor paper, which I'm going to. And I'll pull this little paper out here so I don't have paint everywhere. Well, actually, I'll pull that out. I'm gonna get a triple whammy here. Triple whammy. So, wait, are you watercolor? Yes, you're watercolor. So I have this big watercolor piece here. And I have this little guy here. Just gonna set here. This is gonna be something cute to show you, actually. You're gonna like this, I hope. I'm just trying to protect my surface. Watercolor is awesome because it comes up easy, but I don't want to have to do that. So there, and now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna lay this down like a mask right here. Now this is watercolor paint that I had mixed up. I'm gonna just do this.
Oh, somebody just joined the live through an invite.
Thanks, awesome. So we have this cool thing happening here. We'll paint another picture out. You know I like to paint more than one painting on these lives. Now I'll lift this up. Look at that nice sharp line we have for this little man. And this little man, he would never chase you. He's pure love. Pure love. Now I'm gonna pop my glasses on so I can see. And I'm gonna bring back our reference picture. And remember, if you're using a reference picture, don't you dare, don't you dare get caught up in the game of being married to this picture. You are not married to this picture. You have full creative license. You get so creative. Just do it. Just do it. I'm gonna do this.
Beth says this is perfection, and 3 Beans says it looks great.
Thank you.
Nature Travel says love his little stank face.
I have this is a little flower. It's silk, but it's some cool texture. It's just blue. Let's make it more special. I'm just gonna push that in here. It's not absorbing the way I wanted it to. It's not. So let's do this.
Dab it on the left-hand side now. Dab the flower on the left-hand side of his head.
Oh no, I don't want to do that, honey. I'll dab the flower over here.
A circular watercolor pad or books.
Tamo, link in the bio. Okay, so this is my clay paper.
300 grain paper, isn't it?
300 gram paper, yeah. This is a cool mask here too to use. Oh, let's try this. I'm gonna take this.
Beth B says they took a class and the instructor told us we were creating a cousin, not a twin.
Yes. And you know, that cousin can be as much of a distant cousin as you want. That cousin can be somebody you would not even know at a family reunion. You get as creative as you want to get. Okay, this would make a cool mask, but it's not doing what I want it to do. Let me get a little piece of tissue paper, because that is the best. Little tissue. Let's get in here.
There's actually a plastic bag you could put on the book to protect.
Honey, I'm not hurting the book. I'm not going to do that again. I'm just lifting my paint off. There we go. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to let that like it is. That's just going to dry. Oh my gosh, I just realized what we're going to make out of this. This is going to be beautiful. Wait till you see it. Okay. All right, so here, and Morton is right. If you're on here with watercolors, think about your book. Ideally, your book you wouldn't put your painting on top of your book. I'm only doing that because I love you and I want you to see what's happening. And I want you to make sure that you're following us. Make sure you're following Our next live, scheduled live, we go live all the time. Next scheduled live will be Fuse Glass Friday, 6 p.m. in the cemetery studio. And we really appreciate you being here, don't we, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
It's you honestly brighten our days. Okay, paintbrush, here's a little tip for you. Get a bowl with little edges on it. Look, it won't roll. I just had a paintbrush roll away and I'm like, oh, why am I not using that bowl that I have? And I keep a variety of little dirty water. Like this is a dirty dark water. I have a dirty brown water and I have a dirty red water that I'm using. I love them. Okay, so here, this was our red. This was our reddy orange, I think.
Yeah, 3B says on you, Martin, brighten hours.
Oh, good.
Nature Travel says, I love when I get ideas and can use scraps and the paint smudge.
Yes. Now, I'm going to take, I like how this is over here, but I'm going to take and just do a little, I'm just going to do a little pattern like this. Not for any reason in particular. Maybe looks like ostrich footprints. Maybe they are. I just like that. I'm going to take a little bit of this red.
Reminds me of nature of feathers.
Right there on this. Oh, we need to paint a feather next. Feather painting is so fun. Okay. All right. We're going to take, I don't want to do a lot more with this guy, but put on, this guy needs eyelashes. Eyelashes and little feathers all over him. Her, whatever. Whoever this little person is. I'm taking a super fine brush. This is a 0, size 0. And I like to just, I'm going in the black with it. Now, look at how the eyelashes are coming out here. So here, let's do our eyelashes first. They're coming out here at this angle. They're coming out at that angle. And there's some coming out here. These are the little eyebrows. And these are the little eyelashes. And that's actually kind of too thick for me. That's better. And then we'll do the same again over here. Oh, that's better. But look and see what side how they're coming out, what we're at. And then up here we have some too. And I'm looking too much at the picture. Just feel it. Just feel it. Feel your way along. He has some little hairs coming up out of his beak. Just a couple. There's a couple coming up there. I'm going to switch my brush because that one, even though it's really little, this one has a finer point, I feel.
3B says, wow, the eyelashes changed his or her
Yeah.
face. Love how they look.
Yeah, the eyelashes definitely do it for the ostrich.
Kim Wilson's in from Wales. Love your art.
Thank you. Some little chin whiskers. Some of them go out. Little hairs up on top. And again, you don't have to follow. We're not going for photorealism here. Oh, I know what we need. We need that little breathing hole. it looks like a little semicircle there. We need that. That's his little nostril. And then I might come back in here, darken it up. Like, I got his mouth wrong. I appreciate that. But I did. But I'm not gonna sweat about it. I'm gonna come back over, try to take that out there. That's better. That's better. That's a little bit better. And I'm gonna rinse this brush. Oh, let's put a couple little wispies here. Let's go with a couple little wispies right here, because I see some there. Just a couple. That kind of looks like a goatee. I'm not happy about the goatee. Honey.
What?
That little man.
Yeah. Sandra says he's cute.
I'll tap this down. If ever you're not happy, just get a little tappy. It'll put texture on him too. And I'm gonna call him done. There's our little guy. Judge him as you will. I like him. He's fun. He's cute. So that's if you want to paint to a picture, this is a good little hack to get your shape. It'll work for.
Lucy says it looks great.
It'll
Kim says fabulous. Angel says cute, very cute.
It'll work for a landscape or whatever. It really will. That book, I'm gonna get back there, book. Knock my book over. Okay, so this, I see something in this one. I'm gonna take a little bit of paint. I don't know what's on this brush.
Nature says seeing sunrise or a sunset.
That's what I feel too. But I want to just paint for a minute.
Galaxy says Foster.
I want to just paint for a minute and see what happens. We got that nice circle shape. So I'm not going to touch up in there. I might just play a little bit here. And this is something that's so fun to do too. I'm just going to grab some color. What do we have here? We got some blue. Let's just do some blue in here. Let's do blue. Oops, let's spray it. Why not? I'm going to spray this whole thing. I want this to bloom. I want this to bloom. Now I can only go with staying far away from the edge, because that white line, because I sprayed it, that white line will go everywhere. I'm just going to take and just do some littles. Just do some little dibby dabbies. It doesn't matter what color, where you put it. You're just having fun. I'm gonna try to control this. It might not happen.
Yeah, nature says you're the pro, can't wait to see what it ends up.
It might go wild, we'll see. It might go wild. Yes, I just had another idea. I'm gonna put a little bit of this darker blue on this end. A little bit of that darker blue on that end. Now we're gonna rinse our brush off. I'm gonna get this water out of my way. If I pour this water out of my way, I can bring my paints over here. And thank you for being here. You are appreciated. Thank you. Can we see this, honey?
Yeah, right in the middle.
Gonna go right here. So we have our red, call it what you will. I need more water. Honey, did you fall asleep?
No, I don't know what's up with my phone. It's got like a blue and a pink dot just spinning.
Oh, maybe we're not live.
I'm gonna close it and come back in.
I'm not looking at my phone. Hopefully we're live. Hopefully we're still live. Don't overthink this. Just get up in there and those red dots. That's all good. I'm going to take my towel while it's still damp and dab a little. I might do it here too, maybe. Oh, I like that. Maybe just a little bit. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to set this one to the side because this one needs to dry, but I'm loving this. That's going to be a cool thing. Okay, we have one more feel here. I want to get this red paint used up.
I don't know what happened here. It's working again now.
You back in? Okay, so I want to get that red paint used up. I'm going to take just clear, clean water.
MDG was saying he tried to get the aunt to watch you, but she won't download TikTok, so
Oh.
he sent you YouTube.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. I got to start doing more stuff on YouTube. I really do. I get a lot of messages in our Facebook group that says, I don't do TikTok. I'm like, come on, TikTok is awesome. We're gonna have beautiful little sky happening here. You know one of those skies, honey, when the clouds look like cotton candy?
Mm-hmm. I
That's-
usually street this up.
They're
I've
what?
not seen one with as much colour as that.
Morton. Morton. Okay, so there's our sky. Now I'm gonna let me grab a clean brush here. I'm gonna grab a clean brush and I'm gonna go for my yellow. And just really load your brush up. In my yellows, I will intermingle them. And then down here, I am just gonna paint little yellow dots. Just paint little yellow dots. That one's right by that red dot. Trust me on this one. Little yellow dots. I'm kind of keeping them the same size-ish. Not in a line. There can be Bigger ones, smaller ones, little round ones. But we just kind of want them all to be this kind of close to the same. Little cluster of them there. Little cluster there. I'm going to do this basically till my yellows have dried out. And you can have a think about what I might be painting here. You can think about this. Well, this is going to dry. These yellows need to dry. I'm going to set that over there. Now we're going to bring this back. So we are going to go to the fantasy realm, honey. Honey, are you ready to jump into the fantasy realm?
Oh.
Oh, Martin. Okay.
We're
pretty dry. We're pretty dry here, but I'm still seeing a couple.
You like that. Nature Travel says the TV at work usually has HD TV on.
Oh.
But they had it on the Bob Ross painting show all day.
Oh, I love Bob Ross. Love him. Okay, so this, I did not tape this down. Can you see the difference? I'm going to tell you a little secret too. This, I got this at Michael's. I got this at Michael's. I got this at Temu for a fraction of the cost. I mean, a fraction of the cost. And this doesn't warp like that. And I mean, if I would have taped it down, it would have warped less. Take what you will from that. Okay, so here, this is going to be a little fantasy picture. I am going to see, let's make our own little world happen here, honey. Let's get our own little world going on. And my little world, if I had a choice of what was in my little world, it would be fun little houses. Oh, where's my yellow? Where'd my yellow brush go? Is that yellow?
Rochelle got a picture in the mail today.
Yay.
Well, it sent you a picture on Messenger.
Hey.
There's
All
a
right.
large art store here called Jerry's Art Supply Wholesale Club of Greensboro.
Yep, Jerry's. I've taught in Jerry's before.
Sponge and custard are saying hello from Scotland.
Hello, Scotland. I'm going to go through and dab some little dabs in here of yellow.
Nature's dying to have the money to go shop in that art shop.
Yeah, Jerry's is great. I love them. I almost had a heat stroke. You weren't with me, honey, when I was out in Phoenix, Arizona. I was teaching in a Jerry's. Well, I was doing a demonstration there actually that time. And I lost all my electrolytes from sweating so much. And I about passed out.
Yeah, I'm originally from Edinburgh, Sponge and custard.
Thankfully, a friend
Just
saved me. I'm putting some colors in there that are going to turn into windows. Not right now. We're just making a little world. And I love, there's a technique with watercolor called glazing. I love it. It kind of is how it sounds. So if I paint around, these dots are wet. See these wet dots? If I paint around them, watch this now. This is another neat little trick. Just paint around these little dots.
Sponge is in from Stranraer, Scotland.
Oh.
And Angelia is saying they need a lesson how to clean the palette.
Oh,
Beans
clean.
is saying the heat can be miserable.
So look here. See, I painted around here and I have this juicy yellow here. I'm gonna just take a little bit of green right through there. Just a little bit. And then that thicker color, it actually just, it makes it feel like it is glazed. So that little window will look like it's, like it'll stay shiny. You'll see when this dries. Now we're just taking a whole bunch of different colors here. We're gonna build some houses. This is how I like to build a house, honey. Fast and easy. Maybe this one will have round windows.
We live in PA, sponge and custard.
Yep, Pennsylvania.
We're in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Just putting some little houses here.
Yeah, I mean, Edinburgh's amazing. Kim visited it 5 years ago.
Nice. We want to go back this fall, hopefully. Hopefully. Martin hasn't been back to Scotland since 2006, and every time we try to go back, something happens, doesn't it, honey?
Yep.
Every time.
Since 2006. Yeah, it's a great place to visit. Did you ever read Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator?
Yes, love it.
Is that the same as a chocolate factory?
Yeah, Roald Dahl. No, there's a couple difference. It was the After the Adventures of Chocolate Factory.
I've never read that.
Honey, I have a lot of his books back on the shelf. You ought to read them. You would love them. This is just sort of looking like a little bottle to me. I'm going to go
The
for it.
best time to go to Scotland. Make sure you go in the summertime because you'll freeze and get soaking wet any other time of the year.
I really like October in Scotland too. And I would
big jumpers if you go any other
I
time
would
of the year.
disagree with Martin because the any time is beautiful. Any time is so beautiful.
Yeah, if
And you
you've got
don't-
a suitcase full of jumpers and jackets.
You don't have as many tourists though in the off
Yeah,
season.
there you go, sponge and custard. So you get 4 seasons in a day in Scotland.
Yep, all 4 seasons. That's what we like about it. People would apologize to me about the weather, and I would always say to them, "Oh my gosh, you control the weather?" And then they would give me a weird look and probably just think that's a crazy American. They wouldn't be wrong. I'm just making little fun houses.
Miss Reba says that's like the one you did with the people.
Yes.
The tattoo is fantastic up in the castle. You haven't had a chance
Yeah.
to do it.
We've
Three
seen
Beans
concerts up there.
is saying you should do a TikTok trip to Scotland.
We are.
And you want to be tour guide, show us the best part.
Oh, we are going to definitely do that.
Kim Wilson
as soon
says
as
same in
possible.
Wales for the weather and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
4
Wales
seasons in one
Wales
day.
is so beautiful. Oh,
Apparently they've got more castles in Wales
Yes.
per square mile than anywhere else in the world.
how cool is that? Morton and I almost got a pub in Wales. I got a license to run a
it's
pub.
gross. Nature's want to go to the North Carolina Zoo, but summer does not seem like the time to go.
No.
Kim B says they went to Edinburgh in June and loved it, needs to go back, not enough time, so much to
Yes.
see.
There's so much to
Even
see.
wants to be in it. Nature says that they're North Carolina, US, will have some Welsh in them.
Nice. Yeah, I recommend everybody travel as much as you can. There's nothing like it.
Kim says yes, we have so many.
Yes. I'm gonna paint little leaves up here.
Castles and coal mines.
Oh, that's what I wanted to paint, honey, and I forgot. I wanted to
Coal
paint.
mine?
No, I wanted to paint feather. We'll paint a feather. I get carried away with other stuff, like little fantasy worlds.
Most definitely, they said.
You
I
can
always liked Eye for the Engine when I was a kid.
you
That
can
was
make.
the cartoon set in Wales.
Was it?
Yeah.
You can make as many different little shapes. You can make traditional houses. You can make, like that house I think looks a little bit like a bottle.
That one looks like
Um,
SpongeBob's house.
You can make, well, SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the
Yeah,
sea,
that's what
honey.
it looks like.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Kimby says yes, travel the world is amazing.
Yeah.
Travel says Serenity, we have the largest natural habitat zoo down here, but the heat and all the walk-ins are killer. SpongeBob, can please ask, what is the story between you both? How did you meet? They're intrigued.
Well, I was online working, and my daughter told me I needed to meet someone. And I said, I don't want to meet anyone. And she said, there are things called chat rooms. You can just go talk to somebody. She was worried about me because I was like, just not doing any of that stuff. Truthfully, she wanted to get me out of the house, I think. And so I had been to Scotland the year before. And Morton's the very first person I ever talked to online. I definitely won the lottery when it came to online romance. It wasn't a romance though. We just talked all the time. Can you believe it? We talked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 6 months later, I went to house sit. I was supposed to go to London, house sit for my girlfriend, and bad weather made me go to Scotland. Ironic, isn't it? Because, you know, it was a beautiful day when I landed. Martin picked me up at the airport, and fate just made it happen. I went for 6 weeks, and I stayed for 6 years.
Angelia is saying they would love to learn how to paint a feather.
I'm going to show you a feather.
Kim's saying Wales has got wonderful beaches, and Ivor the Engine was great. And Kim says it does look like SpongeBob's house, but it's better. And Thegan says it was meant to be.
I wish that we could all live in one of these little houses and just be neighbors. That would be fun. I'm making these little doors just a little darker, just so we kind of know. Look, that's a little pet door. That's a little pet who lives in that house. I'm gonna just take a little bit of my dark water here now, and just go along here. I just want to ground these.
That's absolutely amazing. That's so beautiful.
I just want to ground these little houses. Just get some little, this color in between, so we don't have those little white bits showing. I'm gonna come over here. I'll come over here. I'll actually show you how to make I'll show you how to make a feather over here.
Sponge and Custard just sent us a gift.
Thank you.
And nature's shared the life.
So let's take and make a feather right here.
That was weird. I don't know.
Go
how
up
I
with
missed
a
what it
line,
was.
and then pick a color. Choose a color, your choice.
Everybody's to choose a colour for whatever this is going to be.
It's gonna be a feather. gonna start little. I'm gonna go in and grab a different color. Let's grab this
Purple
color.
says 3 beans.
We're gonna come up here, up at the very tippy top.
Oh, finger heart for bandit.
Purple. I can totally get behind purple. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna put some of these clumped together, because sometimes that happens on a feather. They kind of clump together, don't they? See, we started narrow here.
And thanks for the gift.
Thank you. And we're just coming up a little bit bigger up there. Okay, let's put some of this fuchsia in here.
Nature Travels asking favourite places in PA.
I love this area that we're in. Gettysburg, Mount Davis out in western Pennsylvania. What else, babe?
Up where
There's,
your uncle stays.
yeah, out by Altoona is real pretty. And I'm making this color, this feather is very multicolored.
And the Echo Caverns.
Oh yeah, Indian Echo Caverns is super cool. This kind of feather too, like I like to just block off color as well.
Knobles is brilliant.
Yeah, Knobles is super cool. That's really close to us. And you don't have to overthink this. Look, you can little strokes, big strokes, you can square it off. I do stained glass workshop sometimes where we make feathers, and it's always fascinating to see everybody's different kinds. You could come in if you wanted to and pull things together like that. See that? That's just with a little bit of my dark, dirty water. Just like that.
Forstad says, oh, that would be fun. I'm not sure what they mean. Knobles or your stained glass class.
Yeah, the feather. Maybe I'll do a feather next Sunday.
Nature likes driving through the flat, expansive part, being to Kennett Square.
Oh, Kennett
Touchdown,
Square is cool.
Valentine.
Did you go to Longwood Gardens by Kennett Square? That's gorgeous. That's one of my favorite places.
Morton or Priscilla, do you have a clean shepherd's pie recipe? I'm not sure what you mean by
No,
that.
like clean, no sugar, no fat kind of thing,
Right.
no healthier. We don't.
I mean,
Martin,
you could reduce the salt and.
you know what? Our
And if you used lean lamb.
well, our son-in-law makes an incredible vegetarian shepherd's pie, doesn't he?
Mhm.
I love it. It's so good.
I mean, if you used lean meat with carrots and stuff in it, with it would be, and used very little salt, it would be good.
I'm gonna take and just make some little.
But I don't actually have a recipe, but you could.
I'm just gonna make some little twirls down here. Kind of going
They say
every sort
Longwood
of
was
way.
beautiful and really cool.
Yeah, I love Longwood Gardens.
Angelia says, thank you so much for the feather lesson.
You're welcome.
They're looking for a shepherd's pie without all the fat. I mean, if you use either, like, what Americans call a shepherd's pie, they use beef.
They make
What
a
I
cottage
call a
pie
shepherd's
usually.
pie, you use lamb because let's face it, when did a shepherd ever look after cows? Is in Britain, a shepherd's pie, you use lamb, and you use lean meat, and you don't have the fat. So fry the meat in very little fat, brown it in little fat, and you shouldn't have a problem. And it should come out good.
This is going to be a little quill pen, and it's going to be writing in here. And it's going to be writing love.
You could use sweet potatoes, or turnip, or something like that. They're saying they wondered what the topping could be beside potatoes.
We're going to write love in here, because it's always all about love.
It's actually called a cottage pie if it's beef.
And then here, I'm just going to do some little dib-dabs around. I like to do little dib-dabs.
That's looking amazing.
Thank you, honey. Little dib-dabs.
Yeah,
This is our
UK,
little
where it
love
was
world.
originated, a shepherd's pie is lamb, and a cottage pie is beef.
You can go as far as you want to too with these. Put little chimneys. You could put smoke coming out of them.
Birds flying in the sky.
You could do some little birds. Why not?
Down by the sea says your painting's really cool.
Thank you. Little birds are just little V's. There's a lot of little birds around this one, honey. Maybe this is their little nest.
Never really make it with pork, to be honest.
They make pork pies in Scotland.
Oh, you just got sent hearts by down by the sea.
Thank you. I'm going to put...
They reach member level 12.
Thanks so much. I'm putting some windowsills in here. And just covering up our little windows. And see, by painting those windows yellow first, it's just all glowing.
Yeah, just basically be a pork pie if you use pork. Normally it would have pastry on it.
Adding panes to your little windows will do wonderful things for your stuff. How are we doing on time, honey?
It's 6:02.
Oh. I like to do little whimsy things too, like, you know, put little twirly, twisty, bumpy little things around here and there. And just have fun with it. Life's too short to get serious and worry about your art. Honey, I love this one. I'm gonna zoom you in closer so you can see the little details. I would live in that bottle house.
All right, Kim, I didn't know that. Kim Wilson said shepherd's pie was originally from leftover Sunday lamb, and you would have it on.
Huh, that's cool.
Learn something new every
I
day.
love it. I
And says
love
that's
it.
great. Three Beans loves it too. The
Okay, so
feather
we
is
did
gorgeous.
this, this is all the way done. We did this guy is all the way done. What else? Oh, we got this guy to do. One more one. Okay, so this one,
Can we learn some Scottish?
Scottish slang.
I don't know, wouldn't really know where to start, would you?
You dinny can?
I didn't ken. Doug, Giza
Dinny,
break.
dinny can means don't know.
Giza break.
Gives a break means give me a break.
Gonna no do that.
Gunny no day that means don't do that.
Stop slavering fish.
Martin, that's a bad one. Stop slavering means stop talking nonsense. Okay, so this guy, we're going in here in the blue, and we're gonna go around here.
Yeah. No, it's Ken, like a man's name.
Yeah,
Ken.
I didn't ken.
Fit are you doing, hen?
Morton used to say to me,
Bandits playing with the emotes.
Morton used to say to me, you can, and I'm thinking, why is he calling me Ken?
Do you ken what you're doing, hen?
Yeah, Morton would say something and then he'd say, you can, which means, do you understand? And I didn't. I thought it was his pet name for me.
How's it going there?
He said it all
They're
the
saying
time.
hello, how are you? How's it going?
So this one now, our third and final painting, I'm just taking a dark blue, going around my yellow dot, and then just sort of blending things in here. You can get loose with these.
I hope that's Priscilla you're talking about now. To call you Ken now.
You can. You can. I like to keep them circles.
Yeah, Kim's dad always called our mum Hen.
Hen, yep. Martin's mom would say to me, how are you doing, Hen? And I'm like, oh gosh, am I Hen? Am I Ken?
Her dad was a goodie and always called mum Hen.
Yeah. And they don't have a bachelorette party in Scotland. They go out on a hen night. What are the guys' nights called?
Stag
A stag do.
Stag do.
Yeah.
That's what it's called over here, is it not?
No, well, is it called a stag? It's called a stag party over here, not a stag do. But we call it a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Oh, and a bachelor party it's called over here as well. I don't know that it's called might be called a stag party. Might be.
Angelia's saying a stag night.
Stag night, yeah. Over there they'll talk about a stag do and a hen do. A hen party. Hen night. I was out on one the whole time I lived over there. 'Cause I worked all the time.
Probably. Three Beans says they've heard the term going stag. I wonder if it comes from that.
Probably, yeah. That's good thinking.
Foster says they've never heard it called stag or bachelor or bachelorette.
Yeah. There's a lot of things, like the fish and chip shop, they call it a chippy, which I like. Well, I love a chippy, actually. I'm just going to dabble in some more of this blue here.
Young buck going stag. Priscilla, have you Googled your name? It means purple, does it not?
Wait, you mean Googled my name as in
I,
my full name?
are you meaning what if she comes up or if the meaning of Priscilla?
I Google, or I'm sorry, I have Google Alert on my name, because for whatever reason.
Well, Bandit says you're famous.
Yeah, for whatever reason, apparently there will just be a random article or story happen about me that I have no idea. I did not do an interview with whoever does it, but it's fun to look and see. And
Yeah, they
usually,
said your full name, you're famous.
yeah, usually when that happens and I get a Google alert, I'll look.
It
And
says
it'll be,
author, apparently.
yeah, it says so many different
Well, they
things.
have won a Grammy pointed at 3 beans.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, if you put mine in, it'll just say Egypt.
No, but I know this. This I know. I am the only Priscilla Holliston in the whole wide world, honey. Did you
Right.
know that? Go ahead and look. You won't find another one. And that's all down to Morton.
In Wales, we call a cuddle a cooch.
A cooch, yep. I love that. I love... Who is from Wales, honey? Who's in here from Wales?
It's Kim Wilson.
Kim. I love Ruth Jones. I love the show Stella. Martin has never seen it. I love her. She's so brilliant and so beautiful. I love her so much. And she says that a lot. And Stacy says it, and Gavin and Stacy. Do you want a cook? Oh, you need a cooch. And I love it. And I'll say that to Martin sometimes. I need a cooch. And Martin looks at me and I'm like, cuddle. I love.
Bandit's maiden name is Welsh.
Ruth.
As Lloyd, the family is Welsh.
Wales is so beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Now I'm gonna try. Try is the operative word here. And I gotta tell you, today I'm exhausted. I've ran the emotional gamut in the last 24 hours. I was so super excited because I had applied for this. Honey, what is it called? Is it an award? Is it
It's a grant or something. I don't know.
Something. I got to go to this incredible artist residency. It's one of the top 10 most beautiful places in the world for an artist residency. And I had applied for this like last summer. And I got this award certificate from them. There's going to be press about that too.
Kim said it's wonderful that you use cooch.
I love it. Cooch, honey,
The
cooch.
Welsh language is amazing. It's brilliant that it never died out.
But
apparently the percentage of people using it is great. But it's
yes, yeah.
You're talking about your internship.
It's not an internship. It's a residency, an artist residency in this French chateau that is in this incredibly beautiful village, in an incredibly beautiful chateau, not far from Switzerland. Beautiful area. Now, I am going in February, for the whole month of February. It's a month-long thing. And so I was so excited about that yesterday. And got up early this morning, gardened, and I'm just like mentally and like physically wiped out, babe. I don't think I'm going to be able to even watch the new Father Brown tonight. I'm so tired, but this has been very relaxing painting with you. So give me some slack if this doesn't come off exactly like I wanted it to. But I was just thinking about a cotton candy sky at night, just as it's starting to get dark in the hills.
Kim says, wow, it sounds amazing and well done.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. But I'm gonna just focus on
Angelia
the here
says
and
they've been
now.
to northern France. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Area of France.
Oh, I love France. Actually, me going to France is one of the reasons Morton asked me to marry him, because I had to go to Paris to get my passport stamped. I came home. This is when I lived in Scotland, And Morton said, you know, if we got married, you wouldn't have to do this all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, so I guess we should get married. And I'm like, did you just ask me to marry you so I wouldn't have to leave the country to go visit?
Nature said maybe take a mental physical break, or we'll be okay without lives for a moment.
Oh, no, you keep me sane.
Three Beans says, love your post about being mindful while working on the steps.
Yes, yes.
And they also said, oh, I thought you said that was the sky that you were
Oh, that's
on.
mountains. The sky is in the
The
background.
yellow or the yellow bits.
Oh, no, this is, you'll see what
I
this
thought you
is.
were meaning they were going to be stars or something.
Oh, no, no, no,
upside
no.
down at you.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And somewhere in a twilight garden, a bit of charcoal that had hardened proved a useful
Nature
drawing.
says it looks like a mountain village, it does.
Morton, look over here.
What?
I'm going to give you the dirty look.
What?
Martin doesn't listen to me.
I never, what?
I was just saying a poem.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I'm over it. I'm gonna just splatter. And I'm gonna try to stay away from them. I'm going for the feel of fireflies. Somewhere in the twilight garden, a bit of charcoal that had hardened proved a useful drawing tool. Sitting on his wooden spool, Bug drew his caring friend and dreamed of when they'd meet again. So I'm hoping these are little fireflies. And I'm going to put in a couple big strands of grass. Or whatever they are. Who knows what they are? Hey, Morton. Did I tell you what I was talking about with a friend of mine today who's an artist and does retreats?
No.
Renting the house in France where Monet lived, Monet's house.
You're talking to your sister.
Yeah. And I was talking today to a friend and doing a retreat at Monet's house. How incredible would that be?
Yeah. Three Beans had said it was sort of light, because before it had said it was fireflies.
Yes.
Also had said a good call. Nature's saying it'd been into frogs lately. Would you be up for doing a frog painting sometime?
Yeah, definitely. I love
says
frogs.
Unbelievable. Three Beans says that's amazing.
Okay, let's get back and look at it, because you know my light does a little glare.
How do residencies work? Does the price include both?
My residency does. Typically, I'm an artist educator for a couple companies. And I'm going to both write and paint. And but I still have cost involved. I have to pay the VAT. I think there's $6,000 if you don't get the scholarship thingy, the fellowship thingy, whatever it was. Yeah. I'm gonna take it away from the light. I love it away from the light.
His lily pond is still there?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it is still there. I'd love to go there and paint.
Shrimp and pasta, husband's birthday dinner.
Oh,
Sorry, I missed too much of his part.
that sounds yummy. I'll show you what I did.
Monet or something?
Monet, yeah. We did this.
Oh, already.
We did this one. We did this one. A little cotton candy sky and fireflies.
Yeah, happy birthday to your husband.
And we started off with this guy. And I showed you a little technique of how to copy from a book. I think he looks pretty cute. Tell me what you think. I'm going to switch over this way and have a little chitty chat before we say night.
Oh, well, no,
You
see,
missed
not
that.
for Bandit, just sent a star snap.
Bandit, thank you for the star snap.
Elise missed that. She's saying about the ostrich.
I'm gonna try to put this one, as long as I keep this one under 90 minutes, I might be able to load it up to our YouTube page. For whatever reason, when I go over 90 minutes on a live, thanks. Yeah, what do you guys like? What's your favorite? Angela likes the ostrich.
What was the ostrich trick? Ostrich trick.
Oh, the ostrich trick is I bent this wire. So thank you for that, Julie. So I bent this wire and it's just a little wire. Let me turn that up there so you can see. You take this and you trace on the picture. Paintbrush is in here. So you just trace around your photograph, whatever, Angelia, thank you. Whatever you want to paint or draw or whatever. We did this when we were kids in school. And you can really do it with anything. You can do it with a stick. You just need to attach, like I like to have a paintbrush. I don't like to draw lines. So you just have your paintbrush here. And then just take, this is a picture, say if I was going to draw a painting of me, my face was flat. You just do this, keep your, hopefully it will come up again. I did this in elementary school.
Yeah, they want you to hold it up so they can get a screenshot.
Oh, of this guy?
I don't know if it's a picture or if it's what you're up to.
Oh, this. Yeah, this was just a piece of floral wire. And I just bunched it over because normally I would hold my hand here where I'm tracing and the paintbrush here. And then I trace like this, right? So it just stays the same. You're just tracing that picture. So, but I tonight did it just by moving the paintbrush. So I rounded this and it wasn't as accurate. I'll tell you a little secret. This was in high school. And we were in art class. I loved cartooning. But we were painting the Mona Lisa. And I did my little trick with the pick because we were supposed to paint the Mona Lisa. And sometimes, like, I have a hard time with faces. And, but I did that little trick and oh my gosh, I got an A on the Mona Lisa. She looked great. What is it? Can you make a ring with your sea glass? Of course, yeah. I haven't done it. Maybe I'll do that. I'm getting ready to do some, I'm getting ready. Watch our shop. Our shop is about ready to go crazy. Cause I gotta make money. I gotta make money. No, I really do gotta make money. But yeah, I'm about to put a lot of cool stuff in the shop. Your brother was always into cartooning art and wanted to go to school and was gonna go to school for that. I was just saying this morning, one of our neighbors, she was walking her dog and told me congratulations about the France thing. And
yeah, would love to get one from you.
Oh, yay. But I said, I wanted to go to art school. My parents told me you could not make money with art. You can make money with art. Money has never been like money is not my goal to make. And they say we get what we focus on. And I have never focused on money. I focus on like love and happiness. That's what I focus on. And I got it. I got it by the bucketfuls. But I need to get Morton focusing on the money side of my arts and crafts business, because as much as like I love to paint and make things, the selling part, it's never been priority. And I'm hoping the artist residency that I'm going to, oh, I stopped reading the reviews because they're all incredible, but a lot of the artists are coming away with like this incredible whole new insight on doing their business. And I just turned 60, and I feel like a lot of people, when they get to be my age, they think about winding down. They think about like, oh, it breaks my heart when people say, I'm too old to do that, or I'm too poor to do that, or I don't have time to do that. Whatever excuse you want to tell yourself, and it's an excuse, it is. I know, because I've said them all. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, if you're too old to travel, yeah, you are. I can tell you about somebody I know who is 96 and traveling like the world. So we're not. So, Brittany, yes, I'm going to get the shop going again. Nature, travel, serenity. Oh my gosh, your name's everything. That's what I focus on. Nature, travel, serenity, love, yeah. Have you ever made stained glass surrounded mirrors? Yes. I have one in my entranceway that I made. Hey, Lori. Yes, yeah, you lean into your joy. That's it. Yep, and you do everything now. And you have to have a reason to do art. So, Zoe, if it gives you joy, if you get joy from your art, isn't giving yourself joy a good reason?
What's Kathleen meaning?
And Kathleen, you help me. You do help me. You don't ever think, Tabitha, don't ever think you have to buy something from me to help me. On TikTok, we're not monetized on YouTube yet, but we are on TikTok. On TikTok, when you watch her videos, we get a little something.
Did you see what
Watch her
Catherine did
videos.
last year?
Catherine, I am 70 and drove round trip from Pacific to the Atlantic. Just you and your little dog. Yes, Catherine, yes. That's what you do. Honey, I'm not going to say her name. Somebody we know. It's around here. She's 2 years older than me. In her mind, she's too old to do everything. And she's in way better shape than I am. Yes, Pat, I like to meet people. That is gold to me. Same, Pat. Oh my gosh. Same. I've always been like, that was the best conversation I've ever had with someone, whether it's on here. I come off of lives and I'll say to Morton, that was so much fun. Yeah. Morton and I are going to we're going to drive here from the church.
And you do pottery as well.
I do pottery, yep. But we're going to drive from the church to Alaska. We both want to go to Alaska. We're doing it. Don't know when. Not in the winter. Not this year, because Morton's still recouping. Maybe next year. But, the time is always right now. When's the best time to do it? Right now. People say, I don't have the money. If I waited to have the money, I would have never did anything. When I went to Scotland, I was supposed to be going to England for 6 weeks to house sit. And if I would have said no to my friend, all I had to do was buy the ticket to go over. I was going to stay in her house sit. And if I would have said no, I don't have the money, because I really didn't have the money. But I just said yes, and my kids were totally behind it. So you've done the Alaskan cruise. Oh, that's so fun. We've never been. I've been to the 48 continental states. I've visited all of them. Morton has not. Um, but I want to do a big old road trip with him. And I would love to meet friends from here along the way. We'll do that. Oh, I just got the thing from TikTok. We've gone live for 90 minutes. I'm crossing my fingers it will still download. So I'm going to say goodnight so I can hopefully download this and upload it to the YouTube channel. But tomorrow we'll go live again. I got something, Angelia, yes, I would love to. I want to drive across the southern part of the states and then drive up the Pacific Coast Highway. And then coming home, drive up across the, Canadian, the northern border. So, yes, good night, Joanne. Good night, Brittany. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. And thanks for watching our TikToks. I made 1 million of them today, approximately. You're in the middle of Aerial America episode, Michigan. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yes. We go to North Carolina and we got a place to stay.
Yeah.
Brittany, are you close to Asheville? That would be fun. Let's get together again. Come back and visit us soon. And thanks for being here. Good night, Angelia. Good night, Elise. Honey, say night.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Cheerio the night.
Bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. And I hope you had fun tonight.
Night.
See you soon. Bye.